Hello, I'm Benjamin, and I have the pleasure to introduce you to the new interactive system simulation test case in RelaySimTest. The interactive system simulation is a new test case type that continuously outputs the voltages and currents of the steady-state simulation of the power system. By changing settings, breaker and disconnector positions, and adding faults, the output values will change throughout the execution. Trip and close commands from the IEDs will also be integrated as breaker open and close events in non-real time. The interactive system simulation is a versatile tool that can be used for a wide range of applications, like wiring checks even for remote end-to-end tests, functional checks, training facilities where technicians learn to operate protection devices, long-running tests, or providing realistic system conditions for resilience testing of PAC systems under cyber attacks. The interactive system simulation is available to all RelaySimTest customers with a CMC with the Net2 interface or with an Arco 400. No additional license is required. Let us jump into a running interactive system simulation. As you can see, we are testing the protection system of a double bus bar with 4 bays. One of them is the coupling bay. The interactive system simulation has a new user interface. The most striking change can be found in the lower section of the screen. We call it the live monitor. The live monitor always reflects the system under test. The signals output and received by the test sets are bundled per relay. We can see analog signals, binary outputs, and binary inputs. Sample value streams are displayed at the corresponding simulated device. It is possible to display primary, secondary, or per unit values. On the right side of the live monitor is the event list. The event list is a rolling log of all the events that occurred during the test. Events that cause a change in the system, like a fault or the opening of a breaker, are displayed with an absolute time. Events that are reactions to other events, like the occurrence of a trip command, are always referred to the last event that caused a change. At the top right of the event list, the test case runtime is displayed. Also part of the live monitor is the control for the test set's analog outputs. The test case itself is started and stopped by the buttons in the status bar. The dashboard, the power system, and the settings pane are still in their usual place. Now let us come to the interactive in interactive system simulation. You can interact with the system by changing an element property like the percentage infeed. RelaySimTest now calculates the system's voltages and currents again and then applies the new values to the output. It is also possible to place faults. The protection system reacted with a general trip to the fault on the bus bar. RelaySimTest opens the breakers in the simulation and triggers a new steady-state simulation. Every change in the power system triggers a new calculation. The newly calculated values are then output by the test sets. If you want to apply multiple changes at once, you can go to state 2 and prepare your changes. Once you are done, you can switch the active state that is output by the test sets in the live monitor's header bar. The live monitor always refers to the active state and always reflects the system under test. The dashboard, the power system view, and the settings pane are referred to the state that is shown in the user interface and selected by the tabs in the black top bar. Indicators also give hints on what state is shown in the user interface. As mentioned before, the interactive system simulation reacts in a closed-loop manner to trip and close commands of the protection system under test. If you want to suppress this reaction, you can press the Suppress Reaction switch in the ribbon bar. When this mode is enabled, the interactive system simulation only displays trip and close signals, but does not open or close circuit breakers. This is especially helpful for wiring checks that are performed with an interactive system simulation test case. Relay static binary inputs and the simulated binary outputs of simulated devices can be toggled in the settings pane of the corresponding device. Let us jump back to the beginning and I will show you how to create an interactive system simulation test case. It is done the same way as for a well-known simulation test case. To start the test case, simply press Execute. The output of binary and goose signals, which are output by the test set, is now started. The test sets now also receive binary and goose signals from the system under test. To start the output of analog and sampled value signals, press the On button in the live monitor. The output now runs until the user ends the output with the Off button in the live monitor. If the output is stopped, it can be resumed. The starting and ending of the output is recorded in the event list. If the tasks that were to be performed with the interactive system simulation have been completed, the test case can be ended with the Stop button. Once an interactive system simulation test case has been executed, you can assess it manually. An executed test case can be annotated with a comment in the black top bar. With the interactive system simulation, we would like to provide you a new tool that supports you in your daily work. Feel free to share with us how you are going to use the interactive system simulation. Thank you and bye-bye.